Hey guys, you know, Jim and I have been thinking a lot about our health and well being, especially now that we're busy parents to two very young kids.
Yup, juggling our businesses, music, and side hustles with running our household and spending time with our boys. We really need a health plan that fits us perfectly, something like the Manulife Health Flex plan.
Health Flex is a flexible and customizable health insurance plan that lets you choose and pay only for the health coverage you need, even for critical illnesses most feared by Filipinos like cancer, heart diseases, and strokes.
Best part is, Health Flex is affordable, offering a lot of coverage for budget conscious households like ours. Find healthy that fits you perfectly. Health Flex is an affordable plan that covers cancer and more than 100 critical illnesses. Check out manulife.com.ph for more information.
Live every day better with a health plan that fits you perfectly, like Manulife Health Flex.
Why did it take so long? I'm tired of talking.
Welcome to the Wake Up with
Jim
Jim
Sap
Sap So, Jim, I know you were contemplating about something yesterday.
Which one?
Parang something about like parang you're saying ilang years kang sort of merong nicotine
Oh.
dependency. Because at what age ka nag-start magyosi?
Yeah. So, it's a shower thought.
Yeah.
I realized na, as you know, that Sab and I are we are former smokers.
Mhm.
And quitting cigarettes was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Mm.
Well, actually, nung time na yun. I mean, ang dami na natin pinagdaanan. Pero nung time na yun, it was one of the hardest things. And I just realized, because I read a book recently. It's called Easy Way to Stop Smoking.
Oh.
I don't know why, kasi I heard it on a podcast na parang if you want to stop something, you can just read that book.
But at what age did you stop smoking ba?
Ano ba yun?
Parang when we started dating,
A little...
a year in.
Mga ano?
2012, no?
Mga 2012, yeah.
How old were you then? Mga 23? 24? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In college, they had spots where you could smoke, where
Yeah.
you should smoke.
And before that, you could smoke anywhere.
Yes.
Kasi in our school, there was a smoker's pocket garden.
Yeah.
So like all
Smocket.
smokers convened there. And like the fun people were there. So
Yeah.
parang, okay, I guess I'm gonna smoke. I would go, oh my gosh, Jim, I remember first year in college. Did you ever see me with my smoking sucks shirt or something
No.
like that? I would wear that and I would be in the smocket.
Astig.
Sobrang annoying kasi hindi ako nag-yosi nun. And then by the end of first year college, or was it, yeah, parang I think the end of first year college, I had broken up with my boyfriend.
You were in a white tank top.
Okay, we're back to that, you weirdo, you creep. And then, parang sa isang inuman, it was my friend who told me parang, okay, parang, kasi I said, okay ba yan? Like, ano ba yan? Is that gonna help me out? Because I'm so, I know, flustered
Mm.
and heartbroken. And then sabi niya, okay lang, like relax ka lang, sab. And then I smoked it and it was, of course, the gateway
ka?
is, no, parang menthol, di ba?
Ako hindi.
Well, I
Ako
know.
Reds.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Yun yung una?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? This episode might get people craving cigarettes, so that's not the
Hindi.
point.
Ne, pero ito nga, Sab. Ito yung nabasa ko. Now,
But
when you take that first puff, you
Ah.
physically get ill.
Because it's not
Because
not good
it's
for
your
you.
body saying, it's actually your body saying, hey, it's the equivalent of you drinking poison. Ganon, di ba? If you drink poison, oh my God, your mouth is frothing up and
You're gonna throw up.
you're gonna feel like you're dying. That's what happens when you first smoke. So, it's actually our body responding and saying na, huy, anong ginagawa mo? Di ba? Uy, this is poison. So,
But when you do it as a younger person, you don't really think about the repercussions, right? Like, what? You're not thinking of. They're always scaring you about your lungs are gonna get black and you don't think of that.
And
You're a kid. I guess you don't hindi pa pasok sa utak mo yung mga ganon.
And that's why nga ano eh, and you know, it's funny because um the book nga says na no matter um what what they tried to advertise and how they communicated na smoking is bad, and you know, and then tayo nga hindi na natin naabutan na when you buy the pack there are like, you know, pictures of like,
Oh,
'di ba, um
mga
yung
diseases.
lungs, yung mga diseases that you can get. Um which is true because once it's a drug eh, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Ikino-compare nga niya to heroin addicts eh.
Oh, really?
Na parang if you, for us we say like, what, how can you inject yourself, that's gross.
Mm.
And it's the same for non-smokers to smokers. Like, why are you burning something and why are you burning
Yeah.
something
And putting that in your body.
yeah,
That's not cool.
so that's what basically what happens. And the funny thing is in our adolescence, diba, and ano, parang you wake up, you spent the whole night drinking, wala ka nang tulog,
Mm.
uminom ka ng marami,
Mm.
you go to work the next day, you're smoking the whole night.
Oh, I hated. There was a
And-
point talaga na pagising mo, you just, ako, for me,
Ah.
it was just you like,
Ayoko
Ayoko
na!
na!
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I guess,
like,
parang it was just waking up and parang for me, it was just like, this can't be normal. You know, I was coughing and I didn't feel great. My throat felt like it was on fire. And
Pero during that time, it
it was just
it
normal.
felt like, okay. Kasi I smoked a lot last night.
Yeah, it's annoying.
So I won't smoke
I'm
that much today.
Yeah, parang, I'm I'm a big girl eh. It's just, this is the real world.
And the thing is, we always talk about it now. We talked about it recently. Na during those times, no, parang grabe talaga yung immunity natin.
Yeah.
Grabe yung immunity, grabe yung endurance natin. Na literally
Youth.
we would go out until 6 in the morning. I'd go straight to work. Go to work.
Kaya mo pa yan ngayon?
Hindi ko na nga kaya
Kahit work from home.
kahit work from home eh.
And we're not, you know, I feel like, I kind of feel like we're still considered young.
We are.
We are, right?
Kasi we have most of our friends who are older than us before the pandemic. Party central pa rin.
Yeah.
So I think it's just us. I think it's
also having young kids.
well, I mean, even before having kids, kasi we were on the decline na rin.
Yeah, we were.
Diba?
We were.
Kaya nga before having kids, our friends were making fun of us na,
Mm.
we'd
We'd rather stay at home.
parang, and naalala mo tayo, kung let's say, may gimmick. Wala pa tong kids. Tayo dalawa parang, may gimmick. Diba? And now,
Ang
looking
luma
back,
ng term na gimmick, by the way.
looking back, and now that, you know, because of this whole pandemic thing, wouldn't you just want a moment to go out, go to a bar,
Mhm.
be with their friends,
Mhm.
diba?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think was our, turning point nung sinabi mong parang ayaw na nating lumabas? Pagod na tayo. Ako, for me, I think it was, well, I've been living away from home naman for a long time.
Mm.
Pero it was when I started living with you and parang sort of nakita ko na yung parang this is gonna be my permanent place.
Mm.
And I started parang what would bring me joy more than going out was fixing up the place.
Mm.
Parang, ewan ko, for me, parang yun yung turning point ko.
Mhm.
Not, I wouldn't say getting married per se, but
Mm.
just having parang that permanence in my life. I guess seeing the future, I started taking it more seriously.
Mm.
And that's when my health was one of my top priorities.
Yeah. Ako, kunwari, I think aside from smoking, no, there are other things that nung time na yun na parang what are the other things that
Grabe tayo kumain nun. Ikaw
yeah.
hindi? Ikaw hindi?
Yeah.
Ako, grabe. Because like I said, I started
Yeah,
living
yeah,
on
yeah.
my own since the start of college. And talagang fast food ako all
So
the
pretty
time.
much parang all the things that we thought na when we were young, this can happen forever. And nakakatawa nga like growing up, I always thought like, grabe, my parents are so weird.
Why?
Why are they so arte about me eating the fat of the steak? Or like, lagi silang, Jimbo, huwag mo kainin yung liempo. Yung taba ng liempo. So
Oh.
like, what? Why?
Yeah, I'm invincible.
Or like yung
I am
chicken,
invincible.
chicken skin.
Oh.
Lagi silang, Jim, wag yan.
Labo, pero naka-serve.
Hindi,
Or like
parang-
when you're out.
Or not too much.
Not too much.
Hindi,
Yeah.
hindi pala chicken skin. Mali. Hindi. Yung deep fried
Yeah.
chicken skin.
That
They
can't
would
be-
always say, wag mo order yan. I'd order it. Sing, Jimbo, bakit mo in-order?
Yeah.
So, anyway, I guess ito,
Mm.
just to share, yung ako, another example of my vincibility.
As opposed to invincibility.
Recently, so ako, I consider myself very healthy,
Mhm.
no? I work out every day.
You are, in fairness.
I don't. It's not like I eat fast food every day. I'm
Maybe on the weekends.
yeah. So anyway, the same time that I had those anxiety attacks, prior to.
Oh yeah, we talked about this in
yeah.
in previous episodes.
Prior to that in COVID, so I had to do ano yung tawag dun? A checkup or
Teleconsult?
no. Prior
Executive
to
checkup?
COVID, I had to do a full clean evaluation.
Executive checkup?
No.
I don't know what you're talking
A
about.
workup.
Work.
Yun,
Okay.
a workup.
Blood stuff?
Yeah, I had to do blood stuff. Tas lumabas nga dun sa blood stuff ko na apparently I have really high cholesterol.
Yeah.
And that's something that apparently is hereditary.
Yeah.
No, so even though I barely eat processed food, I barely eat, fatty stuff.
Yes, you do eat relatively healthier than the normal person.
Yeah.
So that was very shocking.
So, diba? So, and then that's why we started, okay, mag plant-based tayo, whatever. We changed up our diet. And true enough,
Mm-hmm.
parang 2 weeks after, pina-blood test ako ulit.
Mm.
Talagang grabe yung
Change.
But again, it's because it's my body and how it responds. So it's a case-to-case basis. I'm not saying it works for everyone, but ang point ko is, from before na, mommy, papa, like, labo.
Mm.
Like, why do you need salad? Parang, and now I own a salad business. But, ganun, parang,
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah,
sabi.
just the same as me. Alam mo, when I was up until I was in college,
Hmm.
as in ako talagang, who would go to the gym? What losers would go to the gym? Swear. Ganun yung thinking ko. Parang, gosh. Like,
college?
Wala,
Ako high school naman.
Ako college
High
talaga.
school naman
No
ako
gym.
ganun.
Ako college talaga. Bakit kayo may time for that? Wala ba kayong hobbies? As in, ganun yung, sobrang judgmental ko. As in, talagang,
Ako high school.
just because I hated it.
Ako high school ako ganun ako kasi sa high school talagang may mga ever balyena talaga na when I say balyena as in
That is so mean.
No, I mean not fat,
Okay.
as in huge.
Oh, like, as in
Pandesal man.
so mga
Pop
buff.
eyes. Oh, as in Spalding yung braso. Ganun. Nung high school, kasi syempre ako, in high school, I was a chubby kid and I was like, how are these people becoming Spaldings?
Yeah, I know.
Diba?
I think I was insecure about my own fitness. So I was just like, who does that?
Yeah. It's more of that Parang gusto ko, technically, I didn't want to be a Spalding,
Yeah.
I didn't want the Spalding arms. I didn't want,
This episode is brought to you by Spalding.
so, tama ka. It was more of like, wow, they have the determination to do that.
Yeah.
They care enough to do that.
Yeah. They're
My-
taking care of their body.
And me, I'm enjoying my freaking
Frap.
May
My frap and my Yossi.
yeah.
Yuck. But in fairness, now I look forward to working out. Grabe rin yung mental health that it
Ano yung change nun sa'yo? Ano yung moment na na-realize mo na, oh man.
I actually feel good afterwards.
Hindi,
Kasi-
ano yung what moment did you, kasi for me, like, it was because of my cholesterol. No?
Mhm.
What was the moment na you realized, oh, working out pala is not as bad as, and it's pretty cool pala, and it's important.
Well, yung pinaka-effective for me it was after having kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Tagal mo na nag-workout eh.
Before having kids kasi, I would work out, but I didn't look forward to it as much as I do now.
Before it was more of like a job.
Well, at the time, remember when you and I would work out together? Actually,
yeah,
it was
lagi tayo
only
nag-aaway.
it was only when I got with you na naging body buff. Charot. Body buff.
Uh, bakit ka ba sobrang galit sa akin? Bakit ka ba
Ano
laging
ba?
lagi kang galit nun? Like, whenever we'd work out, we'd always fight.
No, hindi ako galit sa'yo.
Pero lagi ka nagagalit. Like, kumari, sasabihin ko,
Kino-correct mo yung form ko.
hindi ko nga kino-correct eh. Sasabihin ko lang, I think you should bend your knees a little.
Yeah,
Kasi
yeah.
ikaw parang, while
No,
grunting.
it's not your fault.
like,
I'm just a it's not your fault. I'm just a B word.
Before we continue, let's take a break. Alam mo yung saying na mahal magkasakit? I used to not take it seriously, but now that we're older, it's really true. Getting sick isn't cheap, guys.
Sobra. That's why insurance that's tailor-made to match your needs is crucial. When it comes to insurance, dapat pasok to sa budget, and it should have wide coverage, especially when it comes to critical illnesses.
Thankfully, Manulife makes it easier for non-1%ers, entrepreneurs, and freelancers to get the health coverage you need. With Manulife Health Flex, you can choose and customize the perfect health plan and only pay for what you need. Their plans even start at around 1,000 a month. So, sobra sulit.
1,000 a month. Whoa.
Yeah.
You can choose from 4 Health Flex bundles that fits your needs and budget. And you can even add benefits on top of these plans for things like early stage critical illness, child critical illness, cancer, or even get a recovery benefit for when you get better.
It's stress-free and bang for your buck coverage that you can afford. Find healthy that fits you perfectly. HealthFlex is a customizable and affordable plan that covers cancer and 100 plus critical illnesses.
Check out manulife.com.ph for more information. By the way, Podkids, we're giving away 3 Everyday Better Hydro Flasks care of Manulife.
Hydro Flask.
It's exclusive for our pod kids.
Wojs.
Wojs.
Intelligent
Woj.
kids.
Wake up with Jim and Sam. Wojs. It
Wojs.
sounds like what would Jesus do?
Yeah, it does.
Wojs. Wow. Whoa. Anyway, so it's exclusive for our pod kids and it's on our exclusive Facebook group. So join if you're not already a member, what are you?
They obviously don't have hydro flasks.
You better get one. Labo. Bye.
Oh.
Well, anyway, so this episode is not brought to you by Spalding. It's actually brought to you by Manulife, which is, I went to their website, and may nahanap ako dun na very interesting na study. It's called Understanding Filipino Sentiments Toward Health and Critical Illness. And like we were saying kanina, diba, na yung health being a priority for us, actually, the study shows na 63% of Filipinos consider health as their top priority. Like what I said kanina. But even if 63% of Filipinos consider health as their top priority, 50% of them engage in unhealthy eating habits.
So they say something but they don't do it. Gets?
Parang alam mong tama to, but then hindi mo sinusunod.
Okay. So, why do you, ano yung tingin mong sa Pinoy? Kasi obviously, sa Americans, we know what their mistakes are. Kasi diba, like, they do fast food every day. They do processed. They do deep fried. What do you think, ano yung, ano yung tingin mo mga vices, quote unquote, ng mga Pinoy? Well, of course, malakas uminom talaga tong ang mga Pilipino. As in, swear. As in fairness naman. Not in fairness pero laging nasya-shock yung mga, di ba? Yung mga
When we're
mga
out
our
of the
foreign
country,
friends
yeah.
and you know, they see it as parang Italians.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, the Filipinos are heavy drinkers.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, just correction. Yung 50%, hindi lang pala siya unhealthy eating habits. It's unhealthy habits. So that's, yun nga, yung eating habits, smoking, sleep deprivation.
I remember when I used to work in BGC, I wasn't smoking na. Pero, kumari my office mate would say, uy, samahan niyo ako, or my boss would say, samahan mo ako, mag-yosi ako.
Yeah.
What an inconvenience, especially if you're in that building na may mga, you know another thing that I think is very detrimental to the health of Filipinos, waiting in line in elevators. Sorry, can I just insert this quick
Or just waiting in line
rant?
in general.
In general, yeah, pero in elevators, I hate whenever I see yung whenever I have to go to an elevator thing and then I have to see this serves floors 8. As in, bakit ko kailangan mag-isip sa elevator?
I actually like that. It lessens the people inside the elevator.
It's true, but you know why? When I see kasi that, it means na okay, mukhang matagal to.
Hindi.
Kasi minsan yung mga building,
You'll get to your floor faster
kasi
nga. Ano ka ba?
kasi nagtatamad-tamaran yung mga building.
So yung iba hindi gumagana.
Nagtitipid sila sa kuryente. Kaya yung ibang elevator hindi gumagana. So imagine if you're a smoker.
You know what could help, Jim?
waiting
Using
to
the
put-
freaking stairs. That's good physical
well,
activity.
ganun ako before.
Yeah,
Ganun
rin.
ako before. When I used to work, when I worked in an office, stairs dude ako. The problem was, nagka-company, when I worked in a company na 65th floor naman.
Ayo.
OA naman.
That might be detrimental to your health.
Hindi naman. I don't think so.
Kaya mo?
I don't think
65
I don't think
floors?
that study says na walking too much is a bad habit.
No, it's not.
What are the bad habits of Filipinos?
Yun nga, physical inactivity.
Uh-huh.
Alcohol, smoking. Well, sabi mo nga alcohol. Malakas talaga tayo uminom. Pero, you kind of cut back for your own good.
Mhm.
I'm sure our listeners na naman, medyo humihinay-hinay na tayo, di ba? But also, in this study, yung binasa ko nga, it also says that, in fairness, yung family ng Pinoy,
Oh.
actually, as Pinoys, we care a lot about our families more over than our personal well-being, which is sweet. I
Uh-huh.
think it's very sweet.
Well, that's why we're the most hospitable people. Oh.
Yes, pero also, we're very stressed people because 3 out of Filipinos' top 5 fears and worries reflect concern for their family. Number 1 is having a family member being diagnosed with critical illness, which is totoo, no?
That's so true.
That's true. That's also like,
You know why? Is it because kasi kami ni Sab ngayon,
as in it's on top of having a personal accident, ha?
yeah.
Mas scared tayo to have a family member being diagnosed with an
Yeah,
illness.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
And I you know what? I think ang hirap lang kasi we obviously went through something so traumatic.
Mhm.
But even before then, I agree with that. That's how I was growing up.
yeah.
Parang I could care less about myself. I was never afraid na I'd get sick or I'd get
Yeah.
hurt.
Mhm.
But if I found out like any of my family members were there was a potential scare or something, that's when I'd be like, okay, time to pray, time to wake up,
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't want to be in that position na parang it's too late, diba? Especially tayo, we have 2 very young kids. And tayo talaga, laging when they get sick, it's always,
The world stops.
sana kami na lang.
Mm.
Just don't let them feel any pain. And of course, even for those who don't have kids yet, I think our number one fear is yung parents rin natin, di ba?
Which is, I think, another thing that we should, especially for our the pod kids, our pod kids kasi are young yuppies, and it's really funny, and I feel you.
Jafil.
Saan ba galing yung Jafil?
I know.
Sorry.
Nasa 21 Jump Street.
Yeah,
Jafil. Jafil.
Jafil you.
Jafil?
Na
I
It
think it's
is-
short
it
for,
is-
no, I think it's short for Do You Feel Me?
yeah.
Jafil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's so strange that and kumbaga you are currently undergoing the process of the change of roles, the swapping of roles, especially now with COVID, no? I think ako kasi in my 20s, I really felt it, and it was a slow conversion, of being the one taking care of or being concerned about my parents.
Mhm.
Kasi especially once you start working, once you start having your own set of responsibilities, then mas nararamdaman mo na yung the weight of
Mhm.
what your parents did for you and
Grabe,
how
I-
much they took care of you, what they did for you. So mas na-imagine mo, if they're gone or something happens to
Yeah.
them, I am, wala na.
Totoo talaga yung
I will be destroyed.
maiintindihan mo yan pag may pamilya.
Totoo
ka.
talaga.
Sobrang, it's so annoying, but it's so true. I remember when I was in high school, talagang, or even college, ma-feel mo talaga na parang yung parents mo rin are invincible. Na-feel mo
yeah.
yun? Na parang, they're there.
Yeah.
They're just doing their jobs and like being really strong and then you get to a point where parang, sobrang nakaka-stress pala yung ginagawa nila on a day-to-day basis because we're going through it also.
Yeah.
And you feel like, wow, they did this and yeah, gets ko yung sinasabi mo na you really want to take care of them rin kasi they took care of you for so long too.
Yeah, and ako nga, parang it's not even because we're parents now.
Yeah.
Even in our early 20s
Just
nga.
being adults
Ramdam
also.
na ramdam na natin yun, Sab, di ba?
Mm.
Tapos, I think for our pod kids, they are having an accelerated course
Mhm.
because of COVID.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Yes.
Kasi parang suddenly you're thinking about, hey, mama, papa, why are you going to the grocery? Ilang beses ko na sinabi,
Ay,
huwag kayo
nako,
mag-grocery.
tigas ng ulo.
Bakit, or something, bakit groceries fine pala, sorry. Pero parang, bakit nakikipagkita ka pa rin sa mga amiga mo? Ganyan.
Yeah. Nang walang mask or
Oh.
binababa yung mask or nakalabas yung ilong. Ang kulit. Not personally, but yun nga, one of the things pa that stresses us out, one of the things that stresses us out as well, aside from having a family member being critically ill, is the cost that comes with it pa. Kasi, okay, wait lang, I'll pull up the numbers because I saw something really interesting here.
Bar rule.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm breaking our bar rule. Ito, nakalagay dito. More than half nung study, they say that they're not financially ready for a critical illness because I guess you never think it's gonna happen to you, diba?
For your family member or for yourself?
For anyone, for yourself and your family.
Okay.
Because let's say the cost for treatment of something like cancer would be 1.4 million. Tapos may post-treatment pa yan na 1.1 M. So that's, do the math, 2.5, tama? 2.5. Let's say 2.5 million. It would take 2.5 million to take care of cancer. Ang average na sinasave ng upper income Filipinos na savings na for medical expenses are 170,000 lang. So, just like in general.
Okay.
Like, yung average na ng savings.
Wow, Sabi, you are
Oh, sorry,
like,
I'm really into budgeting kasi. So this is really interesting to me.
okay.
But anyway, so speaking of that, that's why sinasabi natin na ayaw natin na it's too late, 'di ba? When it happens, that just really really sucks. So that's where insurance comes in. Now, not to scare you guys off. I know insurance is just really like, what is insurance?
When did we ito, just to Jafil with you.
Jafil.
Naalala ko kami ni Sab, we tried opening a bank account or something. Remember this?
Yeah.
And then
Our first joint
parang,
account.
before
Uh-huh.
we got married, like, okay, let's open up a joint account. And then may in-offer yung, we had some savings at that time. Tapos sabi parang, may kasamang, may kasamang package na life insurance, ganyan. And then we got it. We were around, 25, ganyan.
Yeah.
So parang 2 years later, we were paying for this thing.
Yeah. Ano ba to?
Tapos parang, we got the envelope, parang, parang pareho tayo, parang, ano ba to?
Ano ba itong binabayaran natin? Ano ba to?
Ano ba to?
Ano para saan ba to?
And so, actually, and nakakatawa, my mom, growing up, no, she'd always say, Jim, sign mo to para sa life insurance. So, like, ano ba yun?
I'm always like thinking, ano ba to? So it's just like, okay, if something happens, I think, diba? What's your thinking?
This is my
when you were
before
doing, yeah.
Mine was
when you were signing those things for your
mine
mom.
was if anything happened to my parents, I would get money. Parang gano'n.
Yeah.
Ganun ang
That's-
thinking ko before.
Yeah. Ako rin, that was what I was thinking. And then, diba, you write down pa a beneficiary, like,
Yeah.
for if something happens to you,
Yeah.
where would the money go? And then parang isip mo parang, sino ba yung favorite kong kapatid?
Yeah, and I think you know what? I think the reason why we decided that we wanted to talk about, these things is because it's so easy to think na parang we grow up, 'di ba? We grow up thinking life insurance is like it feels like a star destroyer.
Mhm.
It's huge, it's far, it's immaculate.
Mhm.
It's in space.
Yeah. Sobrang Bill gets. Can we just like edit that out? I don't understand.
Hindi, ang point ko is it's so far, it's so unreachable.
Aha.
Pero alam mo yun, parang tayo nung time na yun, parang both it's far in terms of matagal pa naman bago may mangyayari sa akin, and two, I can barely buy my fish for tomorrow or my chicken breast for this week. Like, nagtipid ako sa chicken breast ko this week.
Aha.
Nagtipid ako sa beef. Parang,
Yeah. Hindi mo talaga ipa-prioritize.
hindi man
yung
ako
insurance.
nakagawa ng katsudon this week. Alam mo yun? Or parang masakit sa bulsa ko yun. Paano ako makakabili ng life insurance?
Yeah. So just to before any of that, I was gonna go into explaining what insurance is.
I think I did it.
Yeah,
I
you
think
you
I was
did it
able
very
to
well.
do it.
It's in space.
Yeah.
No, it's not. So I think the best way to talk about life insurance would be, you know what car insurance is, right?
What's a car?
So a car is no joke. So kung ano, let's say life insurance is to car insurance. So your life, hey Jim, it's your favorite metaphor.
Ano?
A car.
Oh, yeah. And my famous...
A car travels.
Hindi, yung quote ko nga eh. Life is about... Ano yun?
Life is like a four-wheeled vehicle.
Hindi, it's like, life is like a car. I know nothing about cars.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's why I married you. Okay, so imagine nga your life and yourself as a car. If something happens to your car, pag may insurance ka for your car, you get money to help pay for the damages.
Yeah.
So if something happens to you,
Mm-hmm.
if you have life insurance, then you'll get some help in paying for the expenses.
So it's not just about death, diba?
It's not just about death.
Yeah.
So
Because I can understand that the reason I still go back to my Star Destroyer comparison is because don't you think that some people think na if I die then who cares?
damn, that's
No,
dark.
I mean for at this stage in their life.
Yeah.
Na parang at this stage in their life they're thinking I'm not married but I'm sure unless you are completely alone that there are people who could
Oh, nobody is ever alone.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
So, ako, like I said, diba, I am the budget queen. Grabe,
Yes, you
Jim,
are.
yung 0 to 100 ko, no?
Yes.
Talagang, I just hated budgeting before. But ako now,
I have no
am-
idea what's going on.
I am the budget queen. As in, I have emergency savings, I have family savings. Emergency savings, I never touch. That just keeps growing. I never touch that. Family savings, that's for stuff like mga annual bulk payments, mga biglaang kailangan. I have a buffer, all of that, whatever. But medical stuff, I don't use our savings for that. Do you know that?
Mm-mm.
No,
Yeah.
are you listening?
Yes, I am.
Because nga, you don't want to use up your savings
Yeah.
if anything should happen. That's why I also have insurance for us. Kasi ang health insurance plan, yun yung parang safety net mo versus yung mga uncertainties. So that's yun. That's a really big thing. And
Yeah.
you know, dun sa study na nabasa ko, it says that most Filipinos pay out of pocket for medical expenses, or they rely on the very reliable government support. Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty sad. Kasi
Yeah, pero ako,
grabe yung makukuha niya from your personal savings. And then ubos ka na, and you don't want that. So
I know, I just want to give rin some advice na sometimes you just need a friend to educate you. So when Sab and I started dating, man, I had a really good job. I was earning pero zero savings. Someone just gave me the advice nga of when you make money, itabi mo yung yung formula. We've talked about this in the prior podcast.
I'm gonna have a webinar, a budgeting webinar.
Yeah, pero ito, yung lagi ko sinasabi sa'yo before pa, when you get your money, what people do is they spend, kung ano natitira, yun yung savings nila. Ang magandang naturo sa akin is, you get your money, itabi mo yung savings.
Yung natira
Kuwari,
yung
let's say
gastusin
year
mo.
1, you say kahit, okay, 5% lang of my income, tatabi ko na yan. Yan na yung savings ko. And then you spend.
Mhm.
So what happens is you end up happy, you're
Mhm.
responsible, and it doesn't, and the pressure is, kasi I understand, I feel you pod kids, like, I
I
understand
don't think you're using
how
that
it
right.
is na, like, oh my God, like, I'm 25, I haven't saved a cent, or
Mhm.
you feel, parang kumbaga ang point ko is, instead of, parang spending your money and then feeling depressed at the end of the month, that you didn't save, or didn't do anything, I would parang I recommend na you do it as soon as you get your money. And why not do it, for things that can provide you safety nets for your future. So one of them is, yun nga, life insurance.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Kasi especially now, when I was younger, you know this, Jim, before nga I became budget queen, sobra akong YOLO. Is that still a term being used?
Ewan ko. Pero
Sobra akong YOLO talaga. Like,
YOLO sa cash flow.
YOLO sa cash flow. Like, if I see, I only had one bank account. And then, pag nakita ko na, ay, may laman pa. Yes, okay, game.
Or
Let's
kahit
go
wala
out.
pang laman.
Hindi, in fairness naman to me, may laman. Tapos, pag may laman siya, okay, gastos na gastos. May laman pa? Okay, game. Gastos. I didn't have a savings account. That was my savings account. That's it. And that's all I had. But we should really, and instead of prioritizing, for a house and a car, I mean, it's good rin to save up for those things. But don't forget insurance, because you want to have a safety net if anything should happen. You want to be prepared. And in fairness nga, dun sa, if you heard our ads kanina, diba? It was very affordable. 1K a month? Hey, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
So yun, again, back to that. So once you get your income, diba? Especially once you get your income, yun nga, itabi mo muna yun. So whether you decide na dun sa 1K plan na yan, or kunwari you wanna put it in something,
Mhm.
tabi mo na muna.
Yes.
Huwag ka muna gumastos kasi, and I think you should identify, even in your early 20s, mid-20s, guys, parang kumbaga, any investment or any way to take care of your future is a step in taking care of your future.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate that. Kuwari ako, I did one little thing, okay? One little thing. I made one little decision when I was 23. And I stuck to that decision every month.
What decision? Sorry.
And then, by the time that I wanted to, I had money for an engagement ring.
Oh.
And I didn't even think about it.
Oh.
So I had money for an engagement ring and money for the alcohol for our wedding.
Yeah.
So parang, that was something that I didn't even think about anymore. Pero I was very responsible and, one day at a time, one paycheck at a time. And it was small, but,
Mhm.
it was.
Were you
it was
thinking of me when you were putting away that money?
Di pa tayo nun eh.
Hate you.
I wasn't thinking about marriage. I wasn't even thinking about anything.
Your savings lang.
Yeah, it was just a savings thing na parang sabi, oy, when you get your paycheck, tabi mo tong certain amount. And then sabi ko, okay, saan ko ilalagay?
Mhm.
So I linagay ko somewhere. Yeah.
That's smart. That's very smart.
And it was so small. I mean, but it accumulated to 6 years of that
Yeah.
discipline.
Mhm.
So ako, again, at the end of each month, ang saya-saya ko.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there you go. I also want to say that it's not just about now that you're young, ha. It's never too young, but also remember, it's never too old. You're never,
too late.
You're never too young or you're never too old. Oh my, it's never too late to start
It's
getting
never too old, guys.
Sirano.
Guys. Guys,
It's never-
you can still achieve your dreams.
It's never too
too old. It's never too old.
Better old than never. Okay. So again, it's never too young. You're never too young and you're never too old to start getting a health plan or even thinking about it. So just like if you're in a supermarket, I feel like ganun rin yung I'm thinking when it comes to insurance. Ask around, shop around to find the best insurance plan for you.
But you can be too old to start smoking.
Yes, please don't. Don't even.
Yeah.
Don't even. That's it.
Bye.
Bye.